Hi everyone, it's Paul Tilley, MR2350, e-commerce. I'd like to speak to you a little bit on this issue of blog. Has some questions on it, and I want to make sure that you know exactly what I'm looking for. First, I'd like to go to the actual assignment overview, and I'm just going to read it verbatim just to give you a real sense of what I'm looking for, and then I'll explain it a little bit. The second deliverable is the e-commerce blog, and it's due in the last week of classes, okay? So one of the tools organizations use is the blog. And the blog is simply a regularly updated website or web page that someone in the organization creates that's used to convey information, opinions to readers. So it's supposed to create a sense of connectedness to the buyer, okay? Many businesses include blogging in their marketing strategy in order to be able to help sell products. Blogging drives website traffic, promotes business products, and promotes services. It also, and probably most importantly, it helps build trust. Trust with the business and the products that the business sells in the eyes of the customer. So in this particular course assignment, what I'm asking you to do is to develop your own blog. And I want you to talk about, in that blog, some issue or issues related to e-commerce and what we've been talking about in this course. So I want you to take it from the point of view that you are a business person and you are creating a blog for your business, and you're using this to talk about or help augment the various issues that we've talked about in the course related to e-commerce and how to build sales. You know, we talk about marketing communications, for example, is a good one. What can we do in terms of helping the customer understand the product? That's one of the topics that we looked at. Now, so you can choose to write a blog, and when you write a blog, I'm asking you probably to include some pictures that would certainly add to it. I want you to get as much out of this as possible, right? So text is all right, but adding pictures to it adds some color and makes it interesting. And video adds even more. Now, you're going to say, well, that's hard to do. I got to figure all that out. Exactly the point. That is the point of this. I want you to understand how this works, because as you go into the work world, probably someone's going to ask you to do something like this. And I don't want you to say, I've never heard of it before. Okay, so that's the point of this, is to really make you uncomfortable enough to learn something new on how to do this. Now, there's all kinds of blogging platforms out there, and everyone is fine. I'm just going to take my personal bias and say that Blogger, Google-owned product, is a good one. It's fairly easy to use. It's the one I use. It's pretty straightforward. And because of that, I am suggesting it. So I put a link there to it. Now, the content of the blog is up to you. So I'm asking you to post 5 blog posts. So effectively, a blog post, you can imagine a blog is like a little diary, an ongoing diary. If you use Twitter, Twitter is a microblogging site. So you're keeping a little diary of your thoughts or these sorts of things. But I want you to write something related to e-commerce in terms of consider yourself an individual who's in the process of starting a business or running a business that's using e-commerce technology, and you want to talk about some aspect of e-commerce or some aspect of the products you're selling, the goods and services you're selling. The whole point of the blog then is to help sell it. So I'm the reader. At the end of it, I'm going to look at this and say, hey, that was an interesting blog. It makes me want to ask more questions, find out more about you, your company, your ideas, these sorts of things. So the content is up to you. They shouldn't be too long. I'm not looking for anything great. The objective that I want you to take away from this is learning how to do it. Now you can write it. You can do a video of it like I'm doing here now. Entirely up to you. Okay? So what I'll look at next, I will give you an example of such a blog out there in the industry to give you a heads up. And then I'll look at showing you how I do it. Okay? So one local person who's really into blogging to help kind of assist their business is Barry Parsons. Barry is a local cook, baker, and foodie. And his business is something called Rock Recipes, where he produces recipe books for people to buy. So the thing is, he's created a lot of buzz on the internet by posting a regular blog with regards to recipes. So I'm recording this around Pancake Day. So during Pancake Day, what should he post? Some information on pancakes. You can see this blog then consists of recipes, various recipes that he demonstrates here. And if you look down through the blog, if you move down through it, you will see that there are lots of examples of various recipes that he has produced here for people to kind of look at. And this is great for people. They come back, it's frequently updated with new recipes, new ideas, and it gives you an opportunity to produce something new. And he has an interesting flavor to it. He writes it, he puts lots of pictures in, he puts videos in. So I recommend that you take a look at Barry Parsons' Rock Recipes just to get an idea of a pretty simple but very effective blog. So you ask, how can I build my own blog? Well, Blogger is right here, blogger.com. It's under Google as part of the Google program. You can you got to sign up, connect to it, but if you go blogger.com, it will lead you through that. Once you get into blogger.com, you'll see that it's set up very similar to every other word processor. Effectively, as you do posts, they get posted here on the right. You can see where I've indicated here. This is my blog called Our Town Clairville. You can see right here that in order to create a new post, simply you go down and click New Post. And when you click New Post, it presents to you a screen very similar to what you see on any word processor, and you can type away here, as I'm doing. And you can add video, pictures, all sorts of things to the blog. Once you've done all that, you have your blog written, you checked it, no different than what you do for any other document. You can go and preview it by clicking Preview. So, and this is what it will look like on the web. So my blog is, as I called, Our Town Clairville. So you can see what I've just put there, just as an example. And then when you clear out of the preview by just closing it, you can go and publish it. And it's as simple as that. And then it becomes available on the web. You can share it through social media and the like. So that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.